very influential Pat Patterson, who passed away today in Florida at the age of 79. It is believed that he was battling cancer at the time. Hi, I'm Kevin Kelm. This is WrestleZone.com, coming to you on YouTube, Facebook, or wherever you're consuming it. Obviously, sad news. You may have seen it all around social media today. So many different names referencing this formidable force in wrestling. And I think for a lot of younger fans, even people my age, don't know him really as an in-ring performer, really know him as, he was on TV during the Attitude Era. He was one of Mr. McMahon's stooges. Pat Patterson's influence on wrestling, when you actually dig deeper, is quite significant. And probably right up there like a Spielberg of wrestling. He was a very, very significant performer who had a career that stretched across 6 decades. 6 decades in professional wrestling, sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it, and however you want to reference it. Like, you think about that, 6 decades in something. This is a guy who started in Canada, worked his way up through the business, became one of the biggest names in the territory of California, one half of what is believed to be one of the best tag teams of all time with Ray Stevens. Became a huge, huge star there. Then made his way out to New York, WWF, Triple WF back in the day. And under the tutelage of the Grand Wizard, became a huge attraction at Madison Square Garden. Warred with Sergeant Slaughter. Infamous street fights. We'll pull those up on the WWE Network. You see some real old, gritty, brawling matches, if you remember them as well. But I think the real reason that a lot of fans should note him as an incredibly instrumental force in professional wrestling is what he did as a producer, how he guided the careers of generations of superstars, from The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bret Hart. So many people have praised this guy today on social media because of what he did for their careers. People that are in NXT in the past 10 years, like Sami Zayn, saying that Pat Patterson made it a point, even though he was told not to be in the ring when he won the NXT title. The Rock has specifically said he would not be a superstar in the WWE without Pat Patterson, and that he was the one who put the word up for him and said, you got to see this kid, got him his tryout match. And it's worth noting that Pat did all these things while being, outside of the eyes of the media for many years, an openly gay man, and lost his partner many, many years in 1998. And that was a very, very sad and tragic thing that actually occurred right around the same time as the Montreal Screwjob. So very tough time in general for WWE, but for that tight-knit family that he rode with for many, many years, Pat Patterson was one of those trusted forces. He was always known for his sense of humor, always known for making people laugh, repeating a lot of the same old jokes, and having a very prominent position at the karaoke microphone for many, many years. I've heard nothing but great stories about him. You will hear about people talking about scandals and different things like that, but I'm not going to touch on that today. Most of those have been dealt with. Not touching that. We're touching on the man and his legacy. I could tell people may already want to try and rile all that up. Not denying it, just not touching on it at the time. The book, though, accepted how the first gay superstar changed WWE, chronicled his life and how this really wasn't something that was an open. I mean, it was open. It was an open known thing within professional wrestling if you started to read into the industry for quite some time. But it wasn't acknowledged on air by WWE until Legends House in 2014. And since then, it's been known. Very, very sad day for WWE. And you obviously have to think of all the people there who are very, very close to him. He had a very prominent relationship with Vince McMahon, pretty much booked WWE into the international worldwide force that it was with Vince McMahon. He created the Royal Rumble. If the Royal Rumble is your favorite match every year, Pat Patterson is the guy who created that. Think about that. Where would WWE be for you as a fan if there wasn't a Royal Rumble? He was the first intercontinental champion of all time. A little bit of a wonky story that if you've ever heard it. He was kind of granted the title in a mysterious tournament that took place in Rio de Janeiro. And he won the title. Now, obviously, the title went on to become something special, and he was one of the first guys to really make it something special. For any of the, I want to say older wrestling fans, but if this video reaches any of the fans who got to see him live, I would love to hear some stories. If you're with us, and drop those down in the comments. If you had an opportunity to meet him at an event or maybe get an autograph or a picture, I'd love to hear those stories as well. Go ahead and share those with us down below. Obviously, the wrestling world has responded in droves today. It has been a trending topic with wrestling names across the board. Kevin Owens referencing this quite a bit. Obviously, they share some kinship as French Canadians. Kevin putting out a very moving video today. We have it posted up at WrestleZone.com saying, I truly love trying to help. He said, referencing Pat, he truly loved trying to help this generation and trying to help this industry in any way he could. And that was always the same as a wrestling guy, like this wrestling veteran, but as a human being, he was even better. He goes on to reference how much Pat would sincerely ask about everyone's family, how he truly cared about people's lives and how it played in their career and the weight that would have in their career. Kevin goes on to say, Pat will sorely be missed by everyone in WWE. My thoughts are with his friends and family. Goodbye, Pat. Thank you. It's a sad day to see these people, and you see them in a certain ways as performers, and now you see them in this point of sorrow. So it's okay to humanize the people right now. One person that a lot of wrestling fans, I think, are going to want to bash whenever they get an opportunity. Maybe they can put their nerd swords down for a day and read the Twitter of Vince McMahon, at Vince McMahon, tweeting out earlier today. Pat Patterson was more than the first Intercontinental Champion and father of the Royal Rumble. He helped lay the foundation for WWE as we know it. His mentorship shaped careers. His creativity sparked innovation. And his friendship lifted spirits. Love you, Pat. We miss you. Very touching photo of him here. Gonna wink at his smile as he leans on the ropes. So if you're with us, go ahead and share your thoughts and memories and, of course, appreciations of many of the different creations and influences that Pat Patterson had on pro wrestling and sports entertainment through the years.